favor. More of this. And the other one. Thank you. What? What's it? The smoke? Huh. Hmm. Hey, Gojo, welcome back. How are you? Yeah, Gojo's here. Gojo's a legend. Wesley, hey, look at how much your mom just got.
Oh, yeah. What bags? The dog clothes and stuff?
We're okay.
That was there.
We just got back from the dog park. Now it's time to just relax, have our usual Friday night fryer. Yeah, I kind of butchered that word. Didn't I? It's okay. We knew what I meant. It's better than POV. What are you up to tonight, Gojo?
Might not be able to go through everything if you want to, but well, you can't.
just gotta see what happens, that's all.
I might be adding too much. I don't know. Hold on, let's check. Did you get Gojo's friend request? You double check?
Oh wait, I got it. Sakuke?
Gojo.
Sacuke.
Yeah, but it's we've had rain the last couple days, so even though we're using twigs mainly, and you can see the soot on my hand from getting this set up, twigs are a little wet. We'll push through it. As soon as it takes off, then it takes off like insane. So we just got to push through that initial getting it going. What the heck? Funny, Bud, that you use the term Smoky Joe because I do a lot of cooking out and grilling, and I have 3 different versions of the Weber Smoky Joe. It's an actual grill design. Yeah, we got the Jumbo Joe, we got the Little Joe, and we got the Travel Joe. Your mom just did that same. Oh. Completely unrelated. So, Bod, if you're still here, sorry, I can't see the chat right now. So I'm trying to get this going. What'd you have for second dinner, and what'd you have for first dinner? Yeah, he did it. He made a midnight snack. It's no different than our like pre-bedtime, like. All right. Thank you, cool. Yeah, it's called it's a solo stove, but it's the Mesa XL. So it's a tabletop version, and no matter how ripping the fire gets, when I eventually get it going, it'll stay cool underneath. And so this is a glass top table, and it doesn't bother it at all. All right, I think we're moving now, chat. And since Bod actually watches our DIY channel, he's going to call us out on the channel when I release my how to light a solo stove video, because I didn't light it the usual way I do. But that's all right. Okay, steak pie today and seasonal veg. Then cheese on toast with sliced tomatoes and cracked pepper. Now, Bod, I got to ask you, and I'm being dead serious. This is not a accent thing, or don't take this. So let me know number 1 or number 2. Do you say tomatoes or do you say tomatoes? Can you say the names for Roblox? Bud, what did you see the friend request? Gojo wants you to say the names, but say it loud enough that the chat can hear. So you say tomatoes. Okay.
Sasuke.
Suke.
No. No. It's Sasuke.
Sasuke. Gojo said that's the one. Hey, Girl Gamer. Girl Gamer said hi to you multiple times when we were at the dog park. I don't know if you heard, son. He said hello back. I told you we'd be back at the fire. Gojo said, wait. So the reason I asked that, Bod, is son was a big Peppa fan when he was growing up, and they always said tomatoes. And so was wondering if that is standard protocol, or in the U.S., people say it both ways. So I didn't know if that was a Peppa thing or if that's just standard practice. And we are a tomato house, the way we pronounce it. Not that we find anything wrong with the other way.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong. We just.
Yeah. We love this little thing, in case anybody's wondering, because the big trees that you see in the background, they drop so many sticks throughout the year. So you can just sit here and keep cracking them up and just keep feeding them these little sticks. Do they kill two birds with one scone? I don't know. Hold on, I gotta go back a little bit. Okay. I like to say scone, not scones.
Which one? That one? That TV or that TV? I don't know if that's
A British joke, when British people multitask. Oh, okay, that makes sense with the scones. Got it.
He's taking your poker stick.
Only posh people. So in the U.S., I like the word posh better, but in the U.S., the term's bougie. That's my poker stick, Remus. It was my poker stick. Aren't you supposed to be tired? Bot had steak pie. Yeah. Like chicken pot pie, but steak. And so, but Bod can probably fill in the gaps of how it's seasoned and what it's stuffed with, but that's the best equivalency I can give you. I assume it's got a gravy inside of a crust, and like a pastry crust.
It's very fancy.
I think those are British staples. Like, that's just food to them. Like, it's not outside the norm. It's kind of like how we had the curry chicken and stuff like that. That's a staple.
And the hot dogs?
Fish and chips is like their street food. So are like certain pies.
like hot dogs and pizza?
Yeah, like hot dogs would be ours.
And pizza?
Actually, steak and ale pie. Well, I'd be into that. Yeah, Mama said no. She doesn't like the taste of ale or anything, even if the alcohol's burned off. Appreciate you, cool. Yeah, I remember he's got the pork and jalapeno sausages, which is, we'd probably just say like jalapeno brats, because a bratwurst is to us like a pork sausage. And he's got burgers. What's the mix on the burgers? Just out of curiosity. Bud, did you get me that charger in the brick? Yeah, like fast, because it's and when I say mix, it's like because here you can get your standard ground beef, which could be anything, but you could also get like brisket burgers. You can get sirloin burgers. You can get chuck burgers. So you can get specific cuts or mixed cuts. There's a dog and a human.
Good boy. Good boy.
Oh, you prep for it, huh?
Good boy. No barking. No barking.
Thank you, sir. Don't have me touch it. I got so much soot on my hand. It's not.
Can I just open it?
Yeah.
Mom, can you open it?
Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna plug in. Hey, TechnoCell, how are you?
Turn off the video.
I got a question for you, TechnoCell. And it doesn't matter if you are or aren't. I saw you in earlier, and that's awesome to have you in the lives. We appreciate you hanging out. Are you a sub? Just out of curiosity. And if you don't want to be, you don't have to be. We're not thirsty like that, so we're not those people. But I was just wondering because we haven't seen you in lives before that I remember.
That's Nico.
And if you were,
That.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to plug in a charger, chat, so bear with the wobbliness.
No. She's.
The dog part kind of killed the charger. 5% fat. Whoo, that's a lean burger.
She's Milo. And that's Nico.
You have a laser engraver? Cool. Seriously? Yeah, I got this directly from... tail. I got this directly from Solo Stove. So as part of my order, I custom had him do it. But that's awesome to know. So what do you laser engrave? Like, do you... anything in particular you like to, or... Because I could tell you, I would love to... The one thing I've tried to get laser engraved, because we've done... Oh, Booger, go grab our dad and son cup.
It's in my car.
You didn't bring it out?
Your big cup? No, it's in my car.
Is it unlocked? I asked you to grab the waters.
Didn't.
Could you? Because I'd like to have my water anyways. Okay, so I'll show you something in a second. But if you ever notice that the logo for the channel is that pumpkin that Son drew, and it's because of how much we love Halloween. I've tried to get that uploaded to have that engraved on just about anything, and I cannot get any place I've tried to upload it to get it to work out. But that's a by the by. 5% fat, that's crazy. I'm still stuck on that. Appreciate you. No, we are not monetized on this channel. We are way far away from it. We have almost 3 times as many subs as required, but we are nowhere near the watch hours. Like, nowhere near it. It's almost comical how little watch hours this channel has. So, yeah, different conversation, different time, but we are nowhere near monetized on this channel. I don't muck about, mate. Bod's burgers are 5% fat. That's like just pure muscle. That's like, yeah, that's whole muscle burger. You got to flash grill that bad boy or flash fry that thing, because that'll dry out fast, won't it, Bod? Aberdeen Angus, I think. Okay. Did you friend Gojo on? Well, hit the friend.
Want to know them?
Yeah, they said yeah. Used anything I can.
Oh, there's a big spider crawling on your chair. Move.
You did pavers for your family. It's awesome. All right, cool. If you're still here, I just saw you said you got to go. Take care. We will see you in the next one. We will be live again tomorrow. So if you got to go, we appreciate you hanging out. Don't wait on us. You raise animals. That's awesome. We just got to fish, a dog, and a cat.
Who raises animals?
Cool.
Like horses, pigs, and cows?
Your brother does the cooking on the burgers, Bod? Is that what you're saying?
Remus.
Does he cook it on a grill? Does he cook it inside? Because I'll be honest with you, my mix is usually in the ballpark of 15 to 25%. And Remus just pulled one of his buried bones out. That's that rib bone. Yeah, it is Sasuke. Is that right, Gojo? Did I say that right? Just salt and pepper seasoning. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of salt and pepper. Now, in fairness, I've fallen in love with the seasoning. And actually, we cooked frozen burgers, and the video is the most recent video on our Cook and Eat In channel. It's a and frozen burgers are convenient because literally you can just, if I was in the mood for a burger now, fire up the grill and make a burger. There's no work. And they're a frozen brand of smash burgers that are made locally by a company in Chicago. And the seasoning I used on that is the seasoning that I've fallen in love with recently. I'll have to grab the name of it, but man, it's basically salt, onion, pepper, and garlic is the only three things in it. But it is just the way they ratioed it. It's a perfect mix. Even Son likes it, right, bud?
That's so good. That's so good.
Son's housing pretzel chips right now, so he's talking. His talking's a little full. Oh, same here, Bod. To the point where, if I season a main dish and I do it the way I would do it, people think it's spicy because there's so much pepper. I am a pepper freak.
Garlic all the way.
I load up stuff with black pepper. God, I love it.
Goodness.
But I also love hot pepper. I love hot sauce. I love. My second favorite seasoning mix is called Slap Yo Mama. It's spicy, it's hot, it's delicious. Absolutely, I almost put a pepper crust. So Gojo, does anyone play Fortnite? Okay, yeah, Son does not play Fortnite presently. It's not that he's not allowed to, he just doesn't do it presently. I see that changing in the future because his gaming evolves very quickly. Baby, can you bring me out the A9? It's a big Samsung.
You what?
The A9. It's the big Samsung. My boy won on Fortnite once when he was 10. No way! Fortnite is toxic. Toxic how? Let me know, because again, Son's not presently in it. If there's anything I should know, I'd like to know about it. Bod said his son won what was it, $4,000? Yeah. $4,000 on Fortnite. Do you hear me? Bod said his son won $4,000 on Fortnite. Yeah. It's crazy, right? Well, let me see those real quick. I'm gonna snag a couple.
What?
No, let me snag the bag. I'll take these, but I just wanted to show the chat what you're snagging on. So I don't know if you guys got these by you, anybody, but this is what Son is housing right now. They're like basically pretzel chips.
Here.
Thank you. Did he want to go in?
Yeah, he was eating. You didn't put the ring on it. That's why it's like so.
I know, because I was going to put the other ring on. And I don't know how I'd take off the hot ring to replace it with the heat deflector ring. Okay. I learned more history. That's crazy. Is War Thunder, is that a tablet game, or is that a... Is that a console game, tablet game, PC game? Reported if they reimburse me and I was paid back. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. Xbox? Gotcha.
We're done with that plan.
What?
Then
All right. The heat deflector's going on, chat, because Mama's cold. All right, last time I did this, the flames came up and bit my hand. 3, 2, and it did it again. There's a lot of soot underneath. Chat, there's the soot that's underneath. I'm like a chimney sweep of days of yore, bod. Booger, can you do me a favor? Before I touch the bottom of my hat, or Mama, somebody
What?
grab my hat, because I don't want to touch that gray underneath the bill and soot it up. Just please keep it on. Oh, sorry. You soap dodger. I assume that's a British term for dirty people. It's on all platforms? Okay, yeah. The only platform we have console-wise right now in the house that's current, and it's no longer current since they came out with part 2 or version 2, is the Switch. What? Today's date. Today's date.
The 13th.
Soap Dodger. I like that. Soap Dodger. Did it finally hit with you?
You like that?
Have the water.
You grab it. Oh, bad. Okay. Don't buy the new Switch. Yeah, Son's not really a console gamer. He's more of a tablet gamer presently. And I went to grab this. If you're still here, cool. So this we got a long time ago on this insulated cup. I had this made. So I bought this and had this made when we hit 1,000 subscribers. I got this one when we hit 500. So I've had that cup for quite a while. That is my goes everywhere. All our sports, all our activities, all our everything. That cup goes everywhere. I'm not gonna lie, it probably keeps the coldest water I've ever experienced. That's all right.
Oh, you're a wobbles.
I don't know. I told you earlier when you heard. But... Why do you say it's a giant cash grab, just out of curiosity? I'm not I'm not up to speed on the new consoles. You seen those cups? So this one, the brand is called RITC. So if you say it out loud, it's Arctic. I love this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get it?
No,
Arctic.
no, RTIC.
It is RTIC.
You said
Arctic.
RITC, or maybe you did.
So it's Arctic.
Put it in. I don't-
I love that thing. A million times better than any of the Bubba Kegs I ever had. I like the Bubba Keg shape because it was so solidly like.
Yeah, but that one doesn't.
Well, this one also fits in a cup holder, which is nice. The Bubba Keg was like ridiculous. Can't tell you how many times I was on the floorboard and you'd have to stop or get kicked over. Yeah, I travel everywhere with a jug of waters, basically. So I'm constantly drinking a giant jug of freezing ice cold water. What'd you say, babe? Oh. I know, Bod commented on your ice maker. So what'd you think of Mama's ice maker, Bod? You weren't in the last live. I didn't get a chance to ask you. So that is definitely the ice. She is presently eating it as we speak. Wait, it's not backwards compatible? Yeah, that seems a little... I read the whole comment, so sorry, that's why I went so silent. So I was reading the whole thing. That's insane. Yeah, like I said, he has the Switch, so, and he's got, I don't know, how many games do you think he got total? 10 games, bud? Bud, you got 10 games on the Switch total? You got 10 games on the Switch?
Wait, how many games? Like,
Yeah, total games, including discs and like built
yeah,
in.
like 10.
Okay. Yeah, he's only got like 10 games. And the only thing he really played on there was occasionally he'd play Mario Kart, and he plays Minecraft. Hold on, Gojo. I'm going to show the comment. I don't know why it held that. Yeah, what I was getting from all the press releases and all the hype is it basically did a lot of stuff that people are doing on an iPad. So, like when Son's playing with the like school friends, they're in FaceTime simultaneously playing a game, and so now the Switch can do that.
Someone's got to have data or something.
Well, you can be on Wi-Fi. Okay, this thing says not to let the fire touch the cone. How do you not have it touch the cone? I can definitely feel a heat difference for sure. Don't get me wrong, but it's crazy. I have not, Bod. Is that legit? Hey, Booger, is there a Tesla tablet coming out? You usually watch the tech videos and stuff.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Huh. Baby, on the counter
Mama,
is...
can you give me some Powerade? It's on the table.
Yeah. We just sent Mama on a drink run. We'll have to look into that. I'll be honest with you. We have several tablets in the house. We have a couple different Amazon tablets. We have a couple different Samsung tablets and one iPad. And
It's on the table. It was.
we are definitely biased to the iPad, for sure.
In the bottle or a cup? The bottle.
Yeah, 100%. And when it does come out, it'll no longer be $179. It'll be $17.99. That's what happened to the Cybertruck. And again, I am not a Cybertruck from a design standpoint. Take all other parts of it out. From a design standpoint, I am not a Cybertruck guy. But originally, that thing was supposed to be $40,000, and it's currently, before Elon got the reputation in the U.S., it was selling for $130,000. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. Yeah, I think that's the one he wants.
Oh,
It wasn't open yet. Okay. Well, she'll be back, but you're okay. You're okay. But I don't know if that was a typo. Yeah, very real. Did I say loads of videos? Just give him a couple minutes. You can take here and talk to the chat. Mama doesn't want to talk to you guys.
I think it's moving.
Yeah, I can definitely see him getting connected with hype people to promote and pump it, for sure. That's what I find funny about all the videos I watch. People saying, like, we'd like to thank today's sponsor. This video is brought to you in part by... So there's several of our lawn and garden videos where I specifically say we use something, just buy whatever version you want, because we have no intention of being sponsored. That way we can safely and confidently say that we bought something and we can be real about it. My money, I bought it. But it's not that close. It's not as close as Scotty used to get. In fairness, if I was him or Scotty, I would have gone more straight back and... Welcome back, Girl Gamer. So, I gotta show you, Mama's hooked on basically anything that's toffee related, and everything over here in the States that's toffee related for the most part says it's English toffee. So I gotta ask somebody that's from the UK, how much toffee is being consumed in the UK? And do you guys call it English toffee in the UK, or do you just call it toffee? But do you notice how everything's called English toffee? I mean, that'd be like calling it Italian spaghetti. You don't have to add the word English to toffee. It's annoying.
Those little coma guys are good.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the wings, Bod. Did we ever get the wings?
What about the wings?
He does. Girl Gamer was trying to get wings the other night and
Oh, yeah.
compromised and got something totally different. So Bod was asking if wings happened. Bod said, of course, they're the best at toffee. However, they don't call it English toffee. So it's kind of like they don't say, like here we say English tea, like, but over there they just call it a cuppa, which I think is way better way of saying it. They even add the word English in front of Earl Grey. Like, it's not just Earl Grey, it's English Earl Grey.
I'm not a tea fan.
I like
I
iced
would
tea.
never make it in England. I just wouldn't.
Why?
I don't know. I just wouldn't.
Did you hear what Mama said,
I
Bod?
don't like shepherd's pie. I don't like tea.
You
I
think
don't
they
like
only
fish and
eat
chips.
shepherd's
I
pie?
don't like, I don't know.
Do you think you could get down on a 5% fat burger?
I'm
I'm
not a big burger person, so probably not. I would just be screwed if I went there.
You'd like some
I like
You'd like some
nothing.
bangers and mashed. I know
like
you wouldn't do
bangers.
fish and chips.
I don't like bangers. I think I've tried them before.
You wouldn't do beans on toast.
No, I would be screwed. I would be screwed. Maybe I'd lose some weight. Maybe I should go there.
Bod, what are some other things that Mama might be able to eat
Like junk food.
if she was in the UK? They have crisps.
Potato chips.
They got better candy than we do. They got the entire Cadbury lineup, the real stuff. They have steaks. They have chops. They have Weirdo.
Do they have hot dogs?
I don't know. The Bod's here. He can sit. What's a chip buddies? Oh no, she won't do anything fish. And in fairness, I only do fish during Lent. I do not do fish either. So
No seafood of any kind.
yes, very much so, Bod, on the London, England, Paris, France. Yes, very much.
What?
Fries and bread and butter sandwich. Wait. So fries and bread and butter sandwich, is that the fish fingers in a sandwich?
How about chicken fingers? I could do some chicken fingers. I love chicken fingers.
Obviously, they got chicken wings because he knows about it. He's asking Girl Gamer about it.
Oh. I don't know. I'd be in trouble. That's why when we were gonna go to New Orleans, I was like, I don't think I can eat there.
I will tell you something that'll blow your mind, and Bod's probably going to laugh on the other line or other side of this or get totally offended.
Don't get offended.
When you worked with numbers in school, what class did you take? What
Math.
You took math. They call it maths.
With an S?
Yeah,
Maths.
because to them they think that we're ignorant because there's more than one kind of math. There's algebra, there's trigonometry, there's basic math, there's calculus, there's maths plural.
Math is like adding, subtraction, division, multiplication. Algebra is algebra. Geometry is geometry.
Yeah, but you still said you were going to math class, even if you're going to geometry, even if you're going to correct?
No, probably not. I'd say I'm going to geometry.
That blew my mind when I heard that they say maths with an S.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he said it right here. he said, yeah, weird, maths. That one blew my mind. That one boggled my brain. I'm like, no, it's math. That's the one where I show my Americanism. I'm like, there shouldn't be an S on it, and they contend the other way. I get the argument.
I can understand the argument.
It just sounds so unnatural to say it with an S, though, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it doesn't come out right.
I was addicted, Bod, to watching videos of the most famous one is probably called the Try Channel, where they take people from Ireland. So
We talked about this the other
I
day.
know that's not part of the UK, but they try American foods, American whiskeys, like different American stuff, and they critique it. But then I found a channel that's like the equivalent in the UK, and they had like Scottish people do it, and English people do it, and Aussies do it, and they would try things from America. And the thing that kept coming up is like occasionally in all the videos is like, do you realize Americans just call it math and not maths? And I was like, what do you mean? Why do you call it maths? And I researched it, and yeah, I was like, huh, it's interesting. How come you always know where you are as well? Like every movie I watch, you're like, I'm on the south corner or I'm due west. You like it built in. Oh, so you're saying the pronunciation of aluminum? So how do you think people that speak Queen's English, I'll call it, or the King's English, say aluminum?
It's like aluminium or
Yeah,
something.
it's
like
aluminium.
that. Something, yeah.
In fairness, Bod, I say schedule.
No.
Yes, I do. I 100% do. I say schedule.
Is that how they say it?
I believe so. I picked it up in Canada from playing in hockey tournaments. Because I'd always say, when do we play next? And they'd be like, check the schedule. They never said check the tournament grid. They never said check the bracket. They always said check the schedule. And so it just stuck with me that
just sounds like a speech impediment.
Is there a U in color or no?
No.
Siri's checking on it, as a matter of fact, in my AirPod.
What?
Something
Did you ask
triggered
a
her.
question?
Something triggered her. Yeah, he spelled it out. He said, "Al or all I mini
Does it spell aluminum?
Well, phonetically, depending on how you pronounce it, yeah.
When you look at how he spelled it, does it spell aluminum?
Oh, heck no. He spelled aluminum in his previous comment and then spelled it out phonetically. Yep, he spelled color with an U, with a U.
There's no U in color.
Oh, we're just lazy here. We just dropped the U for no freaking reason.
I will say Americans probably are very lazy.
Uh-huh.
Not all of them, but
Bod, do you ever go on TikTok? And the reason I ask is for that like 24 to 48 hour ban that TikTok was under. I cracked up at when Americans were allowed back in, at all the different postings I was seeing from like around the world of people saying either like, thank God the Americans aren't here, or people are like, you ever notice how boring social media is without the Americans here? So I just got a kick out of watching all those like videos.
you did break some
Yeah, bud.
How much is that?
In fairness, coupe with an E is like
Oh.
the car. In America, coupe with OOP is like where you keep your birds. So,
No.
yeah, COUPE is like the car. Like, oh, I got a coupe de ville. COOP is I built a bird coop or a pigeon coop or a chicken coop. So we actually have both versions on that one, bud. It just depends what you're talking about. Gotcha. Yeah, I know coupe as in the cars with the E, in fairness. And even if you looked at like a Cadillac, the Coupe de Ville is spelled with an E. And that's what I'm using as a reference point. But yeah, I could see lazy Americans dropping the E for no apparent reason other than just pure laziness. I will say but knowing that you're probably a little more mature as Mama and I are, I just want to ask, how do you write? Meaning, not right-handed, left-handed. I mean print or cursive, predominantly. If you were just handed a piece of paper, pencil or pen, and asked like, hey, make a shopping list, are you doing that in print or cursive?
Is that a thing?
What?
Like over there, they do it
Oh,
differently.
I assume in the EU it's almost universally cursive. That's why I asked. Bod's going to correct me if I'm wrong, but I assume.
Well, I would cursive it.
Your cursive looks very printish, but yes, I agree that you typically go cursive. Let Bod answer the question. It takes a while to type, my guy. And anybody else can answer these questions too. It's just seems that Bod's the only one responding. He's left-handed. Oh, 100%, Bod. I have 6 years of French, so that's probably why I add the E to it. He's still writing on chalk and slate. But are you writing in cursive or are you printing it?
Uh-oh.
All right, do you have something with an angle that you can pop open the... Ah, God.
Did you touch it?
I bumped the top. Hot. Hey, did he just take the Samsung? Where's the iPad then?
There.
Then. How'd you kill that?
It was only like two.
So that's exactly how I write. I typically write in cursive, but if I'm printing, it's all caps. However, my first is always taller all cap than my next letters. Where's yours? Where's yours?
Or what? My phone is dying.
I don't know if you saw me throwing the ball at the park, Bod, but I was throwing left-handed. I'm actually a real, true ambidextrous. So the only thing I do 100% left-handed is when I'm playing hockey, I'm a left-hand shot. And writing, I am dominant right-handed. But I have a dominant thing left and I have a dominant thing right. Everything else, I'm ambidextrous. I can
I think
pitch.
sticks are natural to hold left though.
I can pitch both hands. It's actually not. It's 90% of people are right-handed
If I
shots.
pick it up, I pick it up like this.
That's right-handed.
But I feel comfortable both ways.
Okay. I'm just. Oh, so is that how you say it in the UK? So it's poor? Because in the US it's south paw, like as in like a cat's paw. Oh, that picked up fast when you just opened up the.
These are good.
I like them better with something on them.
Well done.
Yeah, very much so. For real life, it's Palindrome? Bod said his surname is Palindrome. Bod said his surname is Palindrome. Palindrome? What? Now you got me confused. I thought surname was like mother's maiden name.
What's his surname?
That's a great question. Now I was just
Is that your
confident.
last name?
I was just confident in what it was, and
You're probably right. I'm probably wrong.
Is it a steak? Maybe?
did you say steak?
Yeah. Sirloin steak?
Someone to know if it's a steak, as in sirloin steak.
What?
Surname.
Oh.
You're a dork, dude.
Palindrome. That used to be a dance place. Aren't you worried about the spiders that are in there?
I'd say no, but after a couple of years ago, when remember that bite I got? I mean, they don't scare me. Whew.
His body answer. Just leave that.
Yeah, that one's a little. That's a Remus one. Okay. Sorry, bud. Let me come back. He wrote in all caps, Malum. Bod, I'm not going to lie. I am lost at this point. So is that your mother's maiden name was Malum? Oh, so your surname is a palindrome. I thought it actually was palindrome. I'm like, that's awesome.
M-A-L-A-M. So that's same
Two L's.
forward and
Two L's,
backwards.
but yeah. Yeah, I knew what a palindrome was. I just thought it was actually palid. He's saying it was a palid. I didn't read the A. I just read is palindrome.
Watch it.
So I'm guessing surname is actual last name.
Last
I
name.
thought surname was your mother's maiden last name, if that makes sense. Is it coming right at you?
It was smoking.
Okay. Gotcha. That makes sense. In fairness, I be honest with you, I can't remember anybody referring to it as surname. We just refer to it as last name. So I think that's where
So
we
I was
got.
like, what?
Yeah, that's where we both, Mama and I, got caught up in the confusion. But that makes total sense. It's used so rarely. That's why, again, I thought it was your mother's maiden name. So he said maiden name is the same here as it is there. Maybe Bod knows that place you were talking about. Where's that place in France? Because over in the UK, before they,
And
at
it's
least
like- I can't
before
remember
Brexit,
what it's called.
you could jump around the entire EU.
I want to go there because it looks so cool.
Mama sent me a link to some place in France that she's like just randomly today at work sends me a
Because
text.
it was a computer screensaver, and a lady I work with walked by and she goes, "Oh, I've been there. It's Saint something in France. Saint what did
I don't know.
Michelle something Michelle Saint Michelle.
That could be it.
Saint, but it was something Michelle, and it's like its own little like she said it's like almost like a little city. It has something to do with like the Catholic religion, and it's like when the tide comes in, it's like all surrounded by water, and then like in the distance there's like these sheep grazing and stuff. It was really, and then I looked it up and I'm like, I want to go up there. That looks really cool.
So I don't know if you heard any of that, Bod, but yeah, long story short, I don't know how many times you made it over to France. And if you did, where you've visited in France. And then for my own curiosity, with Brexit, how has travel changed?
With what?
Brexit.
What's that?
The UK left the European Union. That's why it's called Brexit, because it's the British exit.
Nice. This is dry.
Yeah, that's why I need a dip or something.
This is a fucking boat. Is that haze from the wildfires or is that from us?
There's no way our solo stove created that level of haze down the block. Get off it. That's the Canadians. Yeah, but I don't know if the news is covering the Canadian wildfires in your area, but it has basically been hazy for going on a couple weeks.
And he
And
said it's not going to stop.
yeah, they said basically it's going to be hazy for the better part of the summer because of how much acreage is burning. Just checking the heat level. Sorry. Oh, I have a held message. Sorry. I'm going to show it. Gojo's looking for a gamer girl. Okay, I don't know why that is getting... Mount Saint Michelle, but spelled like almost like
Yes.
Michel.
Yeah. I had a hard time finding it. I'm like, is that it?
Is a renowned French town. While the town is accessible at low tide, during high tide it becomes an island, making it unique and visually striking
It
sight.
looks really cool. Has he been there? Have you been there, Bod?
Yeah, just out of nowhere. I'm just in meetings all day, and she's at her office. She drops that she wants to go there, like it's a place that's an hour away.
It's all from a lady who was walking by a computer that had a screensaver on and was like, oh, what's in there? It's really cool.
Ow. So you have to use a passport now, okay?
I like a real lady.
Well, we have to use a passport to go to Canada now. It used to just be a driver's license.
We should get passports. We won't have them.
Bod has not been there, and then you're asking if I'm gorging the One Ring. Are you talking about the fire pit, or are you talking about Lord of the Rings again? And I think you meant forging, yes. Yeah, I'm forging a permanent ring scar on my hand is what I'm doing by touching the top of that thing every time I poke the fire.
This wasn't the Lord of the Ring fight. The Lord of the Ring
No,
fight
that was in the
back.
fire pit, yeah. But that was the Eye of Mordor. So, Bod, if you're a Lord of the Rings guy, and based on seeing the Eye of Mordor and pointing that out, I assume you're at least a little bit a Lord of the Rings guy. Have you watched the Rings of Power on Amazon Prime?
Is Amazon a thing over there?
Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah. Amazon's all over the world? Obviously
Bod,
it is, because
Bod,
the way that you're looking at me, like I have a third eyeball on my head, then it is.
This is what I live with, Bod.
How would I know? Why would I know that? Why would I know that Amazon delivers in India or Europe or wherever.
Now you're even showing more of your, by saying just Europe. Europe's a continent, not a country.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yes, and Amazon Prime is a thing in Europe, in the UK. Careful. I've done it twice now, and it does not feel good.
That sticks really dry.
In our fridge,
I got it. I got that one. That one was from my fridge.
there's another one. There should have been one on the counter too.
Let me see.
It's like in front of Henry. But there should be at least 2 more upstairs.
There's nothing in front of Henry.
Okay, then don't look upright in the fridge. Look flat. And a couple shelves in the fridge. What'd you say, Booger?
You know that great old lot of cafes that had coffee?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. He did friend you. You did friend Gojo, right? Booger? You friended Gojo?
Yeah.
But he's not in it right now. He's playing Chumbawamba or whatever. What is it called? Toka Boca. Why don't you play Roblox? Go do your garden. Go do your garden in Roblox. Said you're good at it.
Is it like 3 a.m. in the UK right now?
It's
Is that
add 6 hours. So yeah, it's like 3 a.m.
Yeah, it says I need to upgrade it.
Oh, because you're on the Samsung now instead of your iPad. It was Bod. That was the dad joke behind it, but the son doesn't get it. It's that tub thumping song. I get knocked down and I get up again.
What about it?
I said he's playing Chumbawamba. That was the pissing the night away. That's kind of what we're doing. Pissing the night away. You drink a whiskey drink? You drink a vodka drink.
Yes. Showed your age.
You drink a lager drink? You know, I am what I am. There's nothing I can do about it. When Bod dropped Posh,
Don't put it up. Don't put it up.
when Bod dropped Posh earlier in the day, what do you think I thought of?
Spice Girls?
Correct. 100%. What's her name? Victoria, soccer guy's wife. Can you name all the Spice Girls? That's the question.
No, but you probably can. 'Cause your sister.
Oh, Beth loved them. It was ridiculous.
We're a little old for Spice Girls.
They were our age when they got popular. Victoria, what's his name? Bend it like Beckham. So Victoria Beckham. That's her name in real life. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What's my favorite song? Bod or Gojo? Oh, Gojo asked us. Actually, my favorite song of all time ever. I have a top
Yes,
five, but my
yes.
stop. My favorite song of all time is actually from a British band. So just like where we live, I will answer it, but that's my first clue. You got to keep guessing.
I bet the first guess is going to be.
That's why I said with you. There's a lot of great British bands. I mean, starting with like Beatles to Stones to Zeppelin to, I mean, you could go 80s new wave. Like, pretty much anything in the 80s is British.
Well, if they knew your age, they'd probably know.
That's not necessarily true. You could like music from any genre, any year, any. Gojo's a crap.
He doesn't know British bands. They. I don't
Okay, so you said Rolling Stones, Black Sabbath. I'm ruling both of those out.
Newer.
Mama gave you a hint. It's more modern than that. Although I do like both of them.
It's not current modern.
Can you stop giving extra hints? I want guesses. Pink Floyd. More modern than that. But there are some great Pink Floyd songs.
They're too technical, like techno.
No, they're not Pink Floyd.
Some of it.
No. I mean, how often do I tell son, you can't have your pudding if you don't eat your meat? Money is a great song. Absolutely awesome song. Tears for Fears, you're getting closer, and I love Tears for Fears. Love Tears for Fears. That was my voicemail for about 15 years. It just picked up. I recorded it right when it did the shout, let it all out, and then I turned on and I said, you heard what it said. And then it went beep. Level 42. Don't even know what that one is, so you might gone too modern. I will give you another hint since you've answered or guessed so many times. They've
Who's guessing?
played.
Gojo?
Bot is. Gojo's out. Gojo's like, I have no clue. They've played Wembley. Seeing that I have no idea who level 42 is and how big Wembley is and how big of a venue that is and how important that is, I assume level 42 probably has it. Pet Shop Boys. Did Pet Shop Boys play Wembley?
Is Pet Shop Boys British?
Yeah. No. I'll give
At the same time,
I will-
right?
what?
Same time frame?
No. Pet Shop Boys is like 80s.
It is?
That's more new wave.
Goodness.
Let me see. Stop. They're brothers.
That just gave it away.
I figured that'd help. There's a lot of guesses. Bod's playing the game the right way.
I would love to go to their Chicago show. I think it's here.
Coldplay's a great guess.
That was awesome.
I do love me some Coldplay. I'm not gonna lie.
Are they brothers?
I don't know, but Chris Martin has a awesome deal with that band, but it is not Coldplay. Okay, so I gave their brothers. I can say they were broken up for quite a while, and they fight all the time, and supposedly they're back on better terms for the time being. UB40. No, more modern UB40.
90s.
Now I got that UB40 song stuck in my head, though.
Red Wine.
No,
That's the only one I know.
no. Where they did that they did the cover of Falling in Love.
Oh.
Can't say only fools rushing. Nah, can't. There you go, bud. But which song?
You don't want us to start singing. It's probably their most.
I don't know what was the most popular in the UK, though, because the UK charts are different than the American charts. That is correct, sir. Although Champagne Supernova is right up there. Wonderwall is my favorite song of all time. Gives me goosebumps, God's honest truth, just thinking about it. Takes me back to a moment in time. Love that song. Absolutely love that song. So if I had to pick a number one song of all time, go Joe, that's it. It's Oasis Wonderwall. However, my top 5 is pretty much dominated by music from the same generation, and a very, very close second. And if you catch me on the wrong day, it might edge into number 1. Hold on, I'm gonna see if Bod can guess it since he knows so many bands. They are local to us. The band. It's not an individual person. It is local to us. Oh, you want to hear me sing Wonderwall? I have a very baritone voice, so much so that when I rewatch our videos, when I'm doing the voiceovers with Son, and here's the crazy part. So I haven't told Son this yet, so he's gonna find out for the first time if he's listening. Since our DIY channel is technically monetized, YouTube puts the dubbing in all languages on it, and you can choose to watch our DIY channels in any language with AI, like full-on voiceovers, and every language, if you rewatch them, thinks Son's a woman. So if you listen to our videos in like German, it's like it's a German woman speaking. It's like, and I'm not gonna say anything racist, and it's like, and then out of nowhere, it's like in a very sweet voice, a woman's voice. Then Son DIY, and then all of a sudden I start talking, and it's like, I'm like, that's how I sound even in a foreign language. So yes, my voice is a little more baritone, but Wonderwall is an amazing song. I highly advise you Googling it after we're done. Watch the video. Amazing song. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Bod, I hope that's a joke, sir. It's from the same genre of music, so alternative. And they are a local band to where I live. They are, you know them. They are worldwide, but the lead singer lives here, local here, everything here. I will give you a major hint.
He owns a TV.
No, stop talking like that. Nobody knows that.
Oh.
I will give you a major hint. The band name includes a very, very, very well-known gourd. So think of Halloween. I'm not making this one hard. Yeah, nobody knows he has a Highland Park tea shop outside of people that live here.
That wasn't a gas. That was just a statement.
The Banshees? If that's a gourd, I'm unfamiliar with it. You made my voice go up an octave. No, think of a gourd. Think of a famous holiday, at least in the U.S. where you make faces in these very, very, very famous gourds. And that's in the band's name.
Oh, you just give it away.
That is correct, sir. But which song? I'll make that one
jeez.
less easy.
I don't even know what song.
Oh, there's at least 2 in my top 5. But the number 2 song is, you know it.
I know.
I know you know it, and I know you
I'm
know.
not a huge fan of them, so. I mean, I know their songs, but I'm not a huge.
Oh, I love the Pumpkins. Absolutely love the Pumpkins.
You might want to put a handful of that stuff in there because I don't want to touch it.
Handful of the stuff. Oh, the pellets? There's still wood here, isn't there? Oh, wow. You got through it all. That is not the one.
What do you guess?
I am one.
Huh?
I am one.
What is that?
It's one of their songs.
Hmm?
It's one of their songs. Again, I told you what charts in different parts is. But you're right. Wonderwall is pretty universal.
I have 2 in my head that it could be.
Ooh, Zero is a great call. That's probably my top 10, but not the one I'm thinking of. That's a great call, though. That's the one. That's the number 2.
What?
1979. Yeah, you got the other one that's in my top 5. I don't know if you heard Mama say it, but she got the other one that's in my top 5. So now that I've answered, how about you guys? What's your favorite song? What kind of music you listen to? So I appreciate you asking that, Gojo, and I appreciate the guesses and playing along, Bod. But yes, I don't know if you heard your mama, but I'll repeat it if you didn't hear her. Oh, jeez, I thought it was coming from under the ring. I didn't realize there was a stick on the, or pellets on the outside. It definitely burns more uniformly with the pellets.
Oh, it's, yeah. But that makes it not as smoky too. The pellets.
Correct.
Like it smells.
Well, they're kiln baked, so all the moisture's out of them.
They've been sitting on the front porch.
They don't reabsorb it. They're like pellets, so they're like rock hard. Anything Depeche Mode. Oh, so when Son was like 2 or 3, he would rock out to Personal Jesus. He would just absolutely, anytime it came on the radio, came on anywhere, he would ask for it to be played. He would just rock out to that. That's an awesome call out. Acid house or rave music, synthesizer music. Nice, Bod. Nice. Yeah, we have similar tastes in a lot of that regard. I will say that Mama and I enjoy house music, and for what it's worth, house music, at least the U.S. version, was It was invented in Chicago,
I just
so
watched a show on it.
yeah.
On WTV.
Are we going with that's fireworks?
I'm hoping that's fireworks. 'Cause that's a lot of gunshots. If it's not. Shit. Oot.
What? Do you think that that's not there?
Nobody understands what the heck you just said. Yeah, it's gotta be fireworks, right? Good Lord. They get progressively more aggressive? That's awesome, bud. I will say that, like, legitimately, for what it's worth, this is no different than if we were, like, doing a fire in normal circumstances. We're just literally doing it with people all over the world. It's kind of cool. The only difference is you guys can't feel the heat. Or, I don't know if you can hear the crickets. Good gosh, they're loud. I was wondering why the fire got so bright.
There's a whole bunch on the edge right here. A ton.
Yeah, because of the way you're tossing them in, my guy.
Another guy.
All right, buddy.
Another buddy guy.
All right, friend.
Some
Buddy.
buddy. I don't know.
That's how it goes. All right, guy. I'm not your guy, friend. I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your buddy, guy. Oh my gosh, why does it smell like that in this house?
Like what?
Like you're not allowed to play at the playground anymore. Yeah.
What happened? What? What? What happened? Mama,
Put your shoes and socks
I
on.
don't have shoes or socks.
I'm going in there. I'll go upstairs. Toby can go to sleep. Let's get smoky. After this, I'm gonna go outside.
Yeah, same here. Bod, sorry, I ran inside to grab something to drink. When you say you get proper bad boy fireworks, I will say in the States we do, not in the state I live in.
Oh, like big fireworks?
Yeah. They're technically illegal in my state.
Yeah, we could have it if it doesn't blow up, if it doesn't.
So, jokingly, there's a short on our main channel that I made that said, and we lit a firework that is legal in our state. And I said, let me know you're from our state without telling me from your state, fireworks edition. And yeah, we are not allowed to have that. So you could get fines up to 4 figures, so over $1,000, and then
it
you
goes
have
to
to
the homeowner, not the person doing it.
correct, and then you have to go to court, and you have to pay for those costs. And if you're found to be liable, so if you're the homeowner and you're shooting them, you have to pay the fine. And if you're found guilty for being the one shooting them, in addition to being the property owner, then you have to go to a class, which you have to pay for the class. That's an all-day class that instructs you on the dangers of fireworks. So, we don't do, as you call them, proper bad boy fireworks.
We watch our neighbors do that.
Yes, we're more than happy to let our neighbors buy them, shoot them, do
You
them.
can get them in Wisconsin. You can get them in Indiana.
Yep.
People do.
You can get, as you called it, the proper bad boy ones within, depending where you live. For us, we can get it within an hour maximum.
They're right over the border. Right over the border. They bait us Illinoisans.
I wouldn't say it's baiting us. They purposely set up shop the same way we set up
True.
what we legalize in this state that their states didn't legalize right at the border.
We did?
Yeah, they're all over all the borders.
Oh, really?
Yeah, both, like,
Oh.
and both of them are all along the borders. We always have them on. That's so. I don't know that Mama's gonna know what that is.
What do you call it?
So he says that they have fireworks on certain nights. So Christmas and New Year's, those two you know. But Guy Fawkes night.
Nope.
I
What is it?
So Guy Fawkes, yeah. It's a celebration of the night. Guy Fawkes was, he ended up in the Tower of London, but he set out to to blow up Parliament, to take down the British government.
They celebrate that?
Well, the people. So that's, at the time, it was the House of Lords that ran everything, not the House of Commons. Now the House of Commons has all the power, and the House of Lords is more of a figurehead state. And Bod can correct me on any and all of that. But yeah, I've watched a lot of documentaries and stuff on Guy Fawkes. You know the Guy Fawkes mask. It's a white mask.
I'm gonna lift this up. Like
Do not put it on the grass.
I'm not going to, but can you push those? It's all the way around.
Well, tip it a little bit.
I'm afraid.
Tip it.
I'm afraid it's gonna fall. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Mama doesn't know that either. So, yeah. Maybe I can go. You got it on the other side of the ring, baby. There's no flames coming up.
It's hot.
Give it to me. Let it roll down the fingers. Down. Yeah, we should watch something on that. It's actually fascinating.
I like watching the Diana stuff. That's what I like watching.
So, yeah.
There's a whole pile of sticks right there.
I'd even like to make a reference to like The Purge, because a lot of people wore, to your point, anonymous masks, but she's never even seen The Purge to give her a reference point. She's seen a Guy Fawkes mask, not only at like Spirit Halloween, but at like different places we've gone, different events, different.
Where's my phone?
She's seen it. She knows it. She just doesn't know she knows it, and I 100% know she has no idea what Guy Fawkes is or Guy Fawkes Day. Okay, now the neighborhood could be smoking because of us. Good Lord, what did you do? What'd you put in there? Did you put leaves in there?
No.
You sure about that?
I don't know why it smells inside.
Oh my gosh. It's not Fox, it's Fox. That's like a movie image from IMDb. Yes, but look at the mask. Pull up mask, dude. Yeah, that's a Guy Fawkes mask.
What's the guy really look like?
Oh, no, I mean, kind of, sort of, the facial hair. Like, but he was sold out by the fellow conspirators and took a lot of the blame, and so became the martyr for the whole situation. And again, Bod, correct me of any of my history that's wrong. Haven't seen the trailer, heard about it, but haven't seen it yet. But that is a classic for sure. They're coming out with Spaceballs 2, which again, I struggle with because I'm such a John Candy fan. That without him, yeah, he is, yeah, old is putting it mildly.
Who's old?
Mel Brooks.
Look at it here.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Do you want to take these out?
I understand. He will just eat salty snacks until he. Yeah, that doesn't sound pleasant. Guy Fawkes was hung, drawn, and quartered. Well, if you're hung first, it's a little easier to take than if.
Yeah.
do a pre-hanging is booger, 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 booger. Thank you. I just watched something recently that was on. Oh, I forget what her name is, but she's. We get it on the on PBS, and it's from the UK. It's hopefully this isn't taken out of context. It's like a little blonde woman that does. She's a historian, and she does a historical show that we get in the US, and I'm trying to think of the name of the show. But she takes on all different things out of history, and one of them recently was about like the Scottish witch trials and how that transcended and came over to the US and became part of the Salem witch trials. And I was finding that one extremely fascinating. I also recently saw her episode on Jack the Ripper. And you may recall the name. Unfortunately, it's escaping me right now, but I do like the show quite a bit, actually. Yes, that's it. It's actually spot on. I appreciate you filling in the gaps for me, Bob. It was like I was telling you, like 90% of the TV that we watch is PBS, and we get what we call Masterpiece, and it's a ton of stuff from the UK. Even what I will call the popcorn stuff, like Doc Brown and stuff like that. I know we've had this conversation before, but I tend to really primarily focus on the historical stuff, but we are dorks for shows like All Creatures Great and Small. I could definitely see myself living in like a small English village, like the one that's highlighted on All Creatures. That's definitely more my speed. Baby, did you do something with the car? I got to try to get a hold of that. I know we talked about that before. I think it was when we were looking at the place that Graham was going to move into. And the one we're getting is the modern version. And we didn't even realize it. Son was reading the books by James Herriot. And we read them to him. We'd get them from the library. And then coincidentally, it just hit me like one day, it was like episode 4 or 5. And I was like, any chance that's the same person? And sure enough, it was. So Yeah, the village they show, at least in the series that we get, I could easily see myself living in a village like that. I've never asked, Bod, but are you in more of a metropolitan area or more of a rural or kind of in between area? Blake 7 sci-fi show. I'll have to look into that one. I can tell you, growing up as a kid that grew up without very many means, I grew up watching PBS as well, and that's why I think I have such affection for it. Uh, and I can't remember the name of the show, but there was a British comedy that I always watched that was like based in a department store. And I was like son's age, and I used to fall asleep on Sunday nights watching this show about people working in a British department store. I used to always watch Mr. Bean, stuff like that. So I became fascinated with it, but again, we didn't have cable, so I had to get whatever was over the air, and PBS or our public broadcasting is over the air, and they show a lot of British television. You only had 3 channels when you were a kid. Depending on how the rabbit ears worked, I either had 1 to 5, so I was in the same boat as you. Um, Suburban, okay, so similar to us, even though we're far, far, far suburbs. Uh, and are you asking if I'm being? Does that say served or did you say severed? Thinking that that was the sound of a chainsaw. Yeah, ours is CBS, NBC, ABC, PBS, and then um, Fox was the other one that if we were lucky, because that was VHF instead of UHF. Oh, are you being served? Okay. I thought you heard the sounds in the background and was asking if I was being severed, um, because there was a pretty aggressive vehicle that was driving a couple streets over. It was pretty loud on my end, so I only assume how loud it came through the mic. Yeah, the wild part is we probably grew up watching similar shows, at least the ones that I was allowed to see because I didn't have access to all the shows, which is just absolutely wild. Keep kicking the tripod. Sorry about that. Well, the fire has gone out. I'll be honest with you, I think it was simpler when we only had a couple channels to choose from. You didn't like what was on, you went and did something else. The instant access to everything all the time, everywhere, I don't know, is the best for everyone. But on that note, we can definitely pick this up from here. I know, I was just thinking that because the fire's out. We have Taekwondo in the morning, so we do have to call it. But I appreciate you, Bod. You are a legend. So we will be back again tomorrow at some point, 100%. We love these conversations. We love the community, so we appreciate you. Get some rest, and we will pick up where we left off. I think I hit the green screen button. I do apologize if that is the case, because hold on. Sorry. So we will see you guys tomorrow. Very much appreciate you. Taekwondo in the morning, and then we will be live again in the afternoon. Take care. All our best. Talk to you tomorrow. And Bod, if you're still here, 100%. That is something that people will never know. And the first time Son saw that on Stranger Things, when the TV clicked over and then played the national anthem and then just went to static and the black and white scrambles, he's like, what is that? The fact that nobody knows that TV used to stop at some point is absolutely a great call out. I appreciate you. You guys take care. I'll talk to you tomorrow.